Good morning, folks. Just checking in with the group. Hope everybody's doing all right. A little multitasking here. I'm eating and getting ready to make some phone calls before I have to head to the gym. A couple things I want to touch on. Importance of nutrition. A lot of people don't seem to realize when we're putting on muscle the amount of protein that we need to be putting down. And for example, this morning I've already drank a dozen eggs. And what I have besides that, I had a handful of cherries. Right here I got 1.5 pounds of steak, and then I had a potato that I mashed up, and I made my gravy that's from what I said, I save all the juices from roasts and everything else, and then the fat floats the top, solidifies. I take all that fat off and throw it away. And it's just a really thick brown gelatin. Then I melt that down and I'll throw like some tapioca flour in there just to kind of smooth it out, and I'll pour it on the potato, and that's my carb there, a little extra protein on it. But getting ready to do some chest, shoulders, and triceps today. My training has changed. I started working out with the guy at the gym, and he was just doing typical body part a day, way too much volume, and doing movements that he liked and all this and that. And I kind of put it like, hey dude, we need to train everything twice a week. The intensity needs to go up, and I've converted him over to the X3, and then we do some special movements like some calisthenics type stuff, some dips, some pull-ups, some things like that. Whatever, to kind of fill in the gaps, get some sort of a negative in the muscle. But I'm already seeing better results from doing that, and I feel a lot better. My recovery just wasn't there. I like to give each muscle like a couple movements, and I'll warm it up with a couple good sets, and I'm doing everything either rest, pause, or mile style for one all out set. Then I'll rest 4 or 5 minutes and do one more movement for the muscle in the same fashion, and it's done. And then this guy's wanting to go on and do more, and it's like, no, we're hitting the muscle's fried, we're going to hit it again in a couple of days. And one thing that drives me nuts is people always want to do their favorite movements. Favorite movements don't mean shit. You should be doing what you need to do. Just because you like the movement doesn't mean that it's necessarily what needs to be done at the time. I hate the Zercher squats, but I need them really bad. You know what I mean? And then I do a single leg movement after that. Calves, every other day, 100 reps, mile style. Won't get into that too much, but intensity. One of the things most guys lack, guys don't even know what intensity really is. The amount of intensity that you put into the set and bring it to absolute beyond failure, you're not done. Especially, I can push myself that far, but a lot of guys feel like they're done and they can't get any more. And believe it or not, there's usually 2 or 3 more reps, at least some partials, or a mile set or something left in a guy that you can bring the muscle to a further point of fatigue. And that's one of the biggest things I see is guys think they train hard and they don't. They spend too much time screwing around, and when they do their sets, they have this tendency to like that one last hard rep, and then they just call it quits. That's where the set just began. When it gets hard and you feel like you can't really do anymore, that's the beginning of the set to me. That's where now you're going to stimulate some growth. Now you're going to push your muscle beyond its limits. But then recovery is just as important and nutrition is just as important. The amount of protein that I've needed to be taken in, I've lacked on. So I'm trying to make up for that. Just got a deal at Kroger. The 18 packs of eggs are on sale for $2.99. And I loaded up on 5 of those, and I'm going to stop on my way home and see if they're still on sale. I'm going to get 5 more of the 18 packs if that's the case. Because you're not finding eggs that cheap anymore. So if I can get my hands on that, I'm going to load up as many as I can. Right now I have a big pot on the stove with 3 pounds. I got a deal on some really high quality chicken breasts, not the big bastard rooster breasts. They're real, just good quality hen breasts. They were softer, but they were on a really good sale for like $2.98 a pound. So I bought a 2.5 pound pack, and I threw it in a couple jugs of chicken bone broth and put some Big Sky seasoning in there. And I'm just slowly simmering that till the shit falls apart, and it'll be like shredded. And I'll even just eat bowls of it like that and drink the broth. I drink the raw eggs. Sometimes I'll get up in the middle of the night and just crack 4 raw eggs into a glass and swig them down, grab a Humanifort, and sometimes I get avocados are on sale for 49 cents a piece. I load it up on those. I'll wolf down an avocado, go back to bed. But since I've switched to going back to the DC style training, I'm doing it in my own terms. My strength is already climbing. My muscles are feeling fuller, and I wish I wouldn't have pulled away from that and just, getting a training partner. You need somebody that's not going to hold you back. Luckily, Lance is willing to listen and learn because he knows where I've been. And there's a lot of guys in the gym now that are starting to find out what I used to look like and where I've been and who I know. And they're starting to respect me and ask me questions, getting ready for shows and things like that. So my name's starting to be known now in the area. So that's being helpful. And my body, I still have a lot of issues on the left side. It's getting better slowly. I got one of those Y straps to yank on your neck like the chiropractor uses. I have somebody give my neck a yank every day, and every day there's a new pop or crunch or whatnot. Sometimes it's even in my way upper back. Sometimes it's up by my skull. Sometimes it's on the left side. But then all of a sudden my lower back will start. What that happens is what releases up top at the base of my neck then releases way down in the lower back at the same time. And that starts working. My internal rotation is now getting a lot better. I'm externally rotating better. So my pulling movements are starting to get a lot better. Getting a lot stronger in pulling movements. And pushing movements then have started to suffer because the front delts were so internally rotating. They were tight, and everything was so tight that I wasn't even using them. They're almost non-existent. So now even if I'm doing lateral raises, my front delts are being used, which I can tell the shoulders shifting backwards, and I'm starting to use them. In pressing movements, the front delt's what's given out first. So once that comes back up, my strength will come back up. And I'm excited because it's coming. I'm finally seeing some light at the end of the tunnel there. But through all this nutrition and intensity, right? I'm going to get, right now, butt naked after I take a piss in the morning. I'm about 217. That's, I'm 5'9". A lot of guys look at me and think, holy shit, you're built. I know I'm capable of a lot more. My genetics can help me get a lot better. I have Humanifort on my side. And I'm still doing the 10 milligrams a day of testosterone cypionate. and keeping my levels around 1,000. And days I don't work out, I'm taking 4 Humanifort, and then days I work out, I take 4 Humanifort and 2 Actigrowth, and that's really helping fuel that. Halfway through my workouts, I have a little packet of honey. You know, if I'm doing chest, shoulders, triceps, by the time I get done with shoulders, I'll have a little packet of honey and a big scoop of essential amino acids and leucine. Wash that down, wait 5 minutes, blast some triceps. Then it's crucial that I do mobility work. Most guys just walk out of the gym. I spend some time on the foam roller. I spend some time doing twisting movements, shoulder mobility stuff, and then finally get out of there. Same thing if I decide to just do my workout at home, which I hate. I hate working out at home, but you know, I have a cool pull-up bar that's adjustable up and down in the doorway, so I can do my leg curls. I can do rack chins. I can hang. I can rig shit off of it to pull sideways. You know, things like that. I have a bench, and I have a dip station, and then the X3, and then the heel wedges for the X3. So I can get my workouts pretty much 100% at home. I have the Bosu ball, do single leg Bosu ball squats. I can get them mostly at home, but I like the gym atmosphere. And then there's things there that I like to use. Before I work out, I get on the bike and I pedal for 5 minutes. Just get the blood pumping and get some blood in my legs. I'll crank out 100 rep set of calves, and you know, sometimes like I'll have a rear delt movement. I'll just grab a dumbbell or something because it's convenient. It's right there. But if we even need to rig anything, it's there. For stretching, I use a lot of like the power rack, set the bar in certain positions, stretch my shoulders and my front and middle delts, then the front delts and biceps. I do a lot of hanging. The twisting machine, the trunk twisting, I still have to show a movement. We can do that with the X3 for some people. You know, throwing some things in, but like today, chest, shoulders, triceps. I'm going to do the X3 chest press. I'm going to do a static hold. And then I'm going to do one more chest movement, same thing with the rest pause style. Then I'm going to do a very aggressive stretch with the dumbbells. It's another thing, you know, I like to just get on the bench, and it's handy to have the 60-pound dumbbells there in order to get a 2-minute really deep stretch in the pec. And I just drop them on the floor. Then delts, I'm going to do the X3 shoulder press, warm up. Then I'm going to do mile set style. Okay, the mile set style. Finish that out. Do a static hold. Then some lateral raises. Stretch the delts. And then triceps, I'm going to do an overhead movement. And then a regular tricep press. Same thing, warm up. And then do mile set style with that. And then stretch the tricep. Then I'll, you know, do my mobility work, hit the foam roller, stretching hips, things like that. Get that out of the way. Have somebody crank on my neck with the Y strap. See how many pops we can get out of it. But not trying to lose track of the conversation here, but I'm just updating you on myself and the intensity. I've been putting up some videos of me doing my sets, and you'll see that the intensity, I go till I literally cannot do another 1-inch movement. You know, like it's over. And even if I have to just take some deep breaths and keep going, this is proven to cause such a greater, deeper fatigue, and the strength comes up much faster. Now, strength isn't completely what I'm after, but the thing is, I keep my reps high enough and I'm doing enough volume, I'm getting hypertrophy. But strength overall, I'm going to end up doing more reps with more load, which is also going to equate to more muscle size. You'll see my buddy Johan does the same thing in his training. He pushes himself beyond failure to the point where people would have quit a couple of reps ago for sure. And going through the motions doesn't mean that you're really gonna achieve much. Your body adapts very fast, and you always have to be pushing it to that next level, so it always thinks it's not good enough. Now there's deload times, because after 12 weeks straight of doing anything, your body gets pretty resilient, finds homeostasis, finds a way to hold you. And I've taught other people we can back off to about a third of the work we're doing and maintain the muscle that we've built. And after a few weeks of that, the body's detrained, but you still have the muscle. Then when you go back to doing the same, go back up in sets or, intensity, the muscle now is shocked again and it can start to grow again. Sometimes we got to take a step back to go step forward. Any other questions people got for me, ask them. And I'm really, I get burnt. I don't mind answering small questions for free, but I'm getting a little burned out on people straight up saying, hey, I don't want to hire you, but I want you to educate me completely on this TRT thing. And the thing is, to educate somebody on the hypothalamus, the adrenal cortex, testes function, SHBG, ligands, the receptors act at their full degree, and how to dose things and back and this and forth and whatever. I don't have hours to spend doing that. I'm available to hire for consultation phone calls. It's $50. I'll stay on the phone with you for 2 hours if we have to. Okay? And if it's not worth that to you, well, tough shit. But I'm giving enough free information that, that should be appreciated. I'm available for hire. I have a couple clients now that I need to get in touch with because I'm going to start switching their routines around. Finally got some blood work done, so we got an idea on their testosterone. And, start working with that. And same thing, I think I need to switch some things around in their training. And one guy is just not a responder, so I'm going to have to really up his intensity and make his muscles really pay. And another aspect is he always lacks in getting enough food down. So he has to understand the fact that the nutrition has to be there. You're not going to grow without the nutrition. If you're lacking in something, it just isn't going to happen. That's where, I'll just put 5 eggs in a glass and drink them. Screw it. There's 30 grams of incredibly high protein, and the yolks contain everything that needs to develop an embryo, and I'll take a Humanifor with it and I'm set. But I'm slowly coming out of this 3-year process. If anybody remembers what I've been going through, my body was completely fucked. And I didn't think it was ever going to end. And there's a lot of things to work on yet, but most of what I really need right now is some good deep tissue massage. And finding a decent person to do real deep tissue massage is almost fucking impossible. That knows how to work on somebody that's muscular. What they think is deep tissue is just like a basic relaxing massage to us. So I gotta really start hunting around to find somebody that's not afraid to throw an elbow and a couple 100 pounds in a spot and get a knot out of something. But not to bore you with that, but I got some more information coming. I'm going to talk on TRT. I did a couple YouTube videos. If people haven't watched them, I started part 1 and part 2 of Testosterone for Dummies. I'm going to rewatch them to see where I'm at, and then I'm going to start part 3 and talk about how the dosing works. And people still don't seem to understand that going up too high in dose, there's too many guys, I tell them, like, dude, it's got to be 10 milligrams, 11 at the most, never go over that. And they'll be like, well, wouldn't 12 be a little better? As soon as you go over that natural limit, the body starts producing SHBG, the hypothalamus shuts down, you become less sensitive to testosterone, your testicles atrophy. The couple milligrams extra is actually hurting you worse. You're going to get less out of it. Okay? It's different if we're doing a blast. Another crucial thing on a blast is you have to take fucking Humanofort. Humanofort acts as a leak into the receptors that normally desensitize, so they're not as active, and you're going to get more out of it. And then it also mitigates any health issues, blood work issues, things like that. Keeps your triglycerides in check. Make sure that your blood pressure is good. Like it's crucial. And another thing that I've dealt with is people thinking that Humanifort's just for bodybuilders. It's for everybody. The reason bodybuilders use it is because it makes them so sensitive to everything, and it reverses health issues and mitigates a lot of the problems they do from their shitty diets and their crappy drug use. But 90-year-old, like 80, 90-year-old people benefit from Humanofort. I have a very good friend that started taking it and he loves it. His parents started taking it, and his mom actually was able to get off of her arthritis medication because of what it does. It does so much. We'll make more videos, but I'm talking Parkinson's disease. I'm talking, type 2, D word. I don't want the FDA to get hold of it, but, blood sugar issues, liver issues, pancreas issues, regenerating heart tissue and ventricles, osteoporosis, like even recovery from workouts, like doubles your recovery ability. It contains so many things, and I can't stress it enough. And most people are so uneducated on this stuff that they really don't even realize how valuable this is and how unique of a product it is. If people really understood the value of Humanofort, it would sell for hundreds of dollars a bottle. People go for stem cell replacement, go for stem cell treatments. Humanofort gives your body to create stem cells for whatever it needs them for. You don't need stem cells treatment, just take fucking Humanofort. And we're finally getting out there. We have some really high-end athletes that are introducing it finally to Joe Rogan. He's probably going to, finally start talking about it. Emmerich's documentary. Dr. Serrano is going to work with us on some podcasts. And, at least the word's going to get out there. But this stuff's been behind the scenes secretly working for people, fixing a lot of health issues and helping athletes for 30 years. And there's only one place in the world that produces it, and there's one guy that brought it to the world as an oral capsule, and it's full spectrum of every growth factor there possibly is in one single thing. Okay? All of them. So, that's why it, reverses dementia, reverses the blood sugar issues. It helps fight cancer, prevents cancer, creates autophagy, fat metabolism, mitigates the loss of muscle from aging, gives you the ability to recover from workouts like you did when you were in your like 30 years old. That's why all the guys that we have on the Masters Olympia stage doing our TRT protocol and the Humanofort and are carrying all the muscle that they did when they were in their 30s. So, the ignorance of some of the stuff. I'm trying to get through to it, because there's another guy I tried talking to today. I said, you know, Humanifort will help heal a lot of these issues, because he's been taking some large 1 bolus dose a week of testosterone for years, and I already know he's fucked up. And then brought up Humanifort, and he's like, well, I've never really been into bodybuilding stuff. There it is again. There's the label. You know, the creator was a competitive bodybuilder, but he's also one of the most brilliant people in the world. And it has, these growth factors are for everybody. If it wasn't for growth factors, no life would exist. They are literally little workers that go to work creating every bit of cell communication and regeneration in our entire body. And there's nothing better for anti-aging. And you have no idea that several women I've put on Humanifort that were in the beginning stages of osteoporosis. Six weeks later, they go back, get their blood work done. They're no longer there. They're able to create stem cells and take up the calcium they need. This is, you know, it's not bullshit. So my video's getting a little lengthy here. I just want to touch base with everybody and see how everybody's doing. If there's certain exercises that people want to see me, you know, break down, you know, if you really want me to break them down for you, let me know. So I can, you know, when I'm training with somebody at the gym, I can use them as an example and like break it down for you or something like that. And in the meantime, remember, consistency, no excuses. I don't care how shitty your life is. I don't care what's going on. Get your food down, get your workout in, and let's do this, okay? Because at the end of the day, no matter what we're going through, eventually it'll be over, and then you don't want to look back and have sabotaged yourself over nothing, okay? I've been through some really horrible shit this last few months, and I have to say, like I'm trying to tell you now, I had Emmerich Delsig on my side, and he's one of the best friends a guy could ever have. And he got on the phone with me and he's like, Mikey, just don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget, you know, she's lucky to have you. Don't forget this or that encouragement. And I want to give other people that same encouragement, but I'm also giving the tough love of eat your damn food and train with some fucking intensity. Okay? So there's my check-in for today. I'm going to wolf this down, make some phone calls, get my ass to the gym, stretch some rubber bands, and stretch and whatnot. I'll talk to you later. I hope everybody has a good day.